In this video, I will review character motivation and explain what you need to do for your 1984 Book 2 project. Let's get started. Before we start discussing the project, let's review character motivation and how that concept breaks down. Character motivation is a way of analyzing what a character wants and why they want it. This is similar to the way we consider motivation in real life. We often try to determine what someone really wants when we make an observation about their behavior. For example, if you notice that your mom stops washing your dishes and doing your laundry, you may want to consider her motivation for changing her behavior. What does she want? Maybe she wants you to start doing those chores for yourself. For our purposes, we will start by determining what a character wants. We will put this in a goal statement, which we will consider a first draft at this point. Once we have identified and analyzed factors that influence motivation, we will revisit this goal statement and revise it if we need to. Here are a few examples of goal statements. Beowulf wanted fame and a legacy as a hero. This goal statement explains why he volunteered to fight Grendel for the Danes. Here's another example. Grendel's mother wanted to avenge her son's death. This goal statement explains why she fought so viciously against Beowulf when he snuck into her underwater lair. Character motivation is influenced by two primary factors: internal factors, or moral nature, and external factors, or circumstances. Moral nature refers to a character's internal beliefs about right and wrong, while circumstances refers to influences outside of the character, like the physical setting, political systems, power structures, and other external conflicts. Let's apply this to the goal statement for Grendel's mother. Her moral nature shows us that she loved her son. She did retrieve Grendel's head from Heorot after Beowulf killed him. Her circumstances were that Beowulf came into her underwater lair uninvited, so he presented an opportunity for revenge. Based on these factors, we can determine that we are right. Grendel's mother wanted to avenge her son's death. For your project for Book 2, you will need to choose to focus on either Winston or Julia. Either character will work really well, and they do have different motivations and goals. Start with a goal statement for your character. What does the character really want? Remember to hold on to this goal loosely. If the character's moral nature or circumstances do not support the goal, you will want to revise it, and that's okay. We often make assumptions about people in real life that turn out to be wrong. If you do that about Winston or Julia, it's fine. You can revise your goal statement. Next, find examples from the text that demonstrate the character's moral nature. Look for examples of actions the character takes, decisions he or she makes, even dialogue. We can learn a lot about someone's moral nature from what they say out loud. When you find an example of the character's behavior or words, ask yourself what this reveals about the character's beliefs about what is right and what is wrong. Then focus on finding examples of the character's circumstances. Details about the physical setting, political system, power structures, and external conflicts will all work well here. Once you have gathered your evidence, this is a good time to take another look at your goal statement. Does your evidence of the character's moral nature and circumstances reflect the goal you identified? Are the connections clear? Revise your goal statement if needed. Finally, you are ready to add analysis. Your analysis will make the connections between the evidence and goal statement clear, so it is really important to add a few sentences of explanation for each example. If you're focusing on an example of the character's moral nature, explain what the evidence reveals about the character's sense of right and wrong, and then how that connects to the goal statement. Analysis is really a two-step process. First, focus on explaining the evidence, then make a connection to the goal statement. Once you have your content put together, you are ready to begin your infographic. On the website, there is a link for a chart to help you organize your content. Once you complete your chart, you're ready to move on from planning your project to creating your infographic. Click on the button at the bottom of the webpage to take you to the next step.